I remember I said this in 2016. I said this is going to start to hit everybody's doorstep. Right now, everybody back then in 2016 was acting like this murder for hire and these murders that are happening in Jamaica wasn't none of their business because it wasn't their family members being killed. It wasn't no uptown person. It wasn't no Caucasian people on the island. It wasn't no well off, well to do individuals that were being killed in these manners. I said it's going to start to hit everybody's doorstep, and soon everybody are going to pay attention. Look at this now. Headline: St. Andrew businessman Dean Shaw shot dead. When I saw this headline yesterday, I said to myself, holy shit, Dean Shaw? Can't be. So I went and I ran all over social media. I didn't want to do the breaking news to this. I wanted to go everywhere and look. For those of you who are in my chat room on WhatsApp, you saw Dean Shaw laying there, curled up in a fetal position on the sidewalk in front of his business establishment with multiple gunshot wounds to his head. Of course, these are video clips that we cannot show on social media as in on YouTube because YouTube has community guidelines, rules and restrictions, and if you show these gruesome videos, they will shut your channel down. But we were able to actually get a video clip of it and see in real time what was done to this man. Now, if Dean Shaw, a well-off, well-established businessman who is super wealthy on the island, can be gunned down in this manner, everybody else can get it, my friend. So when the news headline broke yesterday, August 10th of 2024, and it says that the deceased has been identified as Dean Shaw, the owner of Shortwood Plaza in St. Andrew, where he was attacked at his business place. The businessman was shot dead on Shortwood Road in St. Andrew on Saturday afternoon. He had been identified as Dean Shaw, the owner of Shortwood Plaza, where he was attacked at his business place as he owns the entire establishment. Eyewitnesses that were there, people who see it with them eyes, said that the men were traveling on motorcycles and they rode into the complex, went right for Dean Shaw and opened fire on Shaw. Bare headshot. They were also wearing hoodies. It's summertime. Jamaica is hot. It had to have been about 90 something natural degrees yesterday. Plus, if you're outside, the humidity would make it feel like it was 100 and change. So men riding around on motorcycles in hoodies and kerchief over face is a scary sight. Because why are you all covered up like the Taliban in this hot heat in Jamaica? Me take with myself when I see people like them there, no? Fast and quick, whether they're there to do something or not. According to eyewitnesses, they were allegedly wearing hoodies, and the police are now or were on the scene and are now conducting an investigation. What we have gathered about Mr. Dean Shaw is that he was very big into racing cars. He was a car enthusiast. He locked down the racing scene in Jamaica for many years. He is a owner and a lover of vintage cars. You already know say a whole heap of money involved in this field, right? Muscle cars. And obviously, he was successful in other business ventures, other areas of business, such as real estate and other things. Many people are crying, including black Jamaicans. Many people are saying that this is a person who provided not just jobs, but well-paying jobs for many people. And he kept many people fed. And not just fed, but gainfully employed and able to take care of themselves and their families. He is known as the OG of motorsports in Jamaica. a race car driver, owner of many machines, and an enthusiast. Obviously Caucasian, but very Jamaican. Many people think that Jamaican means to be black and that we don't have anybody else in Jamaica, but our motto says, out of many, one people. I know some people say out of many, one people are suffer, which could be true too. But out of many, one people, meaning Jamaicans are just like everywhere else. When you hear someone say American, you automatically think it could be anyone. It could be a Chinese descent. It could be a black person, African American or Afro American. It could be an Indian person, someone from Asia. It could be any person of a descriptive characteristic. There is no one particular, and the same applies for Jamaica. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. Jamaica, a contract killing den. You know, a lot of people went on the comment sections of every news media house that carried this story yesterday as breaking news and left comments like, it's definitely a contract killing, you can see it. Them not rob him, they didn't try rob him or nothing, them just ride up, boom, 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 mostly headshots, made sure he was dead, and they left. Other people said, not necessarily a contract killing, but it could possibly be that he wasn't answering to extortion. Now pay you nothing. Extort who? And like the scene in Shutters, where Mr. Chin did not pay up, and my boy they said, Max, yeah, hear what? Done him. And they killed Mr. Chin because he wouldn't pay the fees. Could be that. Other people are saying, the only person that's going to benefit from this man being killed this way is another developer. And developing real estate is big business in Jamaica if you don't know it. Somebody might want that plaza for themselves or want other business ventures that he is into for and a cut of it for themselves. Then, of course, there are those who are saying, nah, this is closer than we think. Look closer. This could be about life insurance policy. This could be about business partners who want to X him out of the business and own total control. This could be this, that, or the other. Either way you take it, nobody knows for sure exactly what caused this. What we do know by eyewitness account is that men rode up on motorcycles, and I'm pretty sure that there are video cameras around that establishment. For a man who was so well off financially and so well known, I'm pretty sure he knows the climate of Jamaica, and I'm pretty sure he has cameras somewhere that will later on show investigating officers something. But according to eyewitnesses, that's how he died. Now, we did a video where we talked about Jamaica becoming this hotbed for contract killing, and that contract killing was a thriving business in Jamaica. And we did that video after watching a documentary where one of these foreign YouTubers went to Jamaica and submerged themselves in a certain part of Jamaica and were given information on how contract killing was carried out on the island. The chilling, shocking part was that the person speaking to the YouTuber said, whole heap of man there with nothing to do, sit down whole day. So when it done, say, him have a work for mash. A 20 man run for that. In other words, there's no shortage of the killers. How do you get away from this? Is even more chilling. The answer is, you better just pray, say your number, don't call. Because once your number call, down you are going. Because if one don't do it, the other will. And if he don't do it, the next one will. And there are just so many who are willing to do it. And they will keep taking this contract until you are dead. Now, I want you to go visit that video. SouFLoTV on YouTube, contract killing, thriving business in Jamaica. And listen, because all the details were in there. However, today, I want you to hear this. Every day we must come to terms with people being killed in Jamaica. On any given day, the news report double, triple, or even quadruple murders at a location. If it is not the killing we hear about, then it is our social media feeds that highlight a broad daylight shootout that's taking place in real time. Or social media on WhatsApp. You're bombarded with the video clips of somebody laid out in the street bleeding to death from multiple gunshot wounds. Worse, we must all accept that Jamaica is now a contract killing den, where a person may go missing, be gunned down, or brutally stabbed to death, or full up a hole with gunshot like strainer by someone or by a group that was contracted to do so. The person who did the contracting may be someone who is very close to that individual who must become the victim. In the court trial surrounding, let's give an example, the Beachy Stout MacDonald case and the murder of his wife, Tanya MacDonald. She was found with her throat slashed in a burnt vehicle. The man that was charged with her killing, Bubla Devlin Minot, alleged that her husband contracted and promised him $3 million to get the job done. But then he subcontracted the person, Oscar Barnes, who he thought was more fitting to do the crime. Remember, Beachy said, him no want her get shot that too easy. Him want her suffer. Him want her get stabbed up and her throat cut. Which is exactly what they did, because Tanya had about 9 stabs to her chest area and her throat slashed. A hit carried out to the T. Perfect example. Perfect instructions given by the person who was so close to her, her matrimonial partner, her husband. Many more of these take place across Jamaica now. Reading his testimony in the media gave me chills, especially when Minot said that he tried 4 times to kill her on various occasions until he was successful eventually. Go back to the video where I said contract killing is big business in Jamaica, and you should hear that brother talking to the YouTuber from foreign, where he said, once the contract is out, once that deposit is paid, they just simply will not stop until you are dead. Just in the same way, I can't wrap my head around the fact that young architect that was shot in Kingston, and we're also comfortable just saying, well, that was clearly a hit. Not grasping that we are given that response too often now. It's just like saying, well, not a day in Jamaica. I just saw the thing set still and we move right along. There's no alarm anymore. We have become desensitized. Contract killing, big business in Jamaica, and we have become desensitized as a people and as a government. The government doesn't even care. I don't even know if there's anything that they can do about it. We've talked about putting more cameras all over the place. We've talked about putting Jamaica in a fishbowl. We've talked about increasing the presence of the Jamaica Sky system. We've talked about police officers and other law enforcement officials having cameras on them. We've talked about private citizens having more cameras around their properties that cover the public space surrounding their properties. We've talked about every government building being under surveillance, including schools, because many people have been killed outside of schools, on their way to drop children to schools, coming home from picking up kids from school, etc., etc. Now, it feels like we are no longer safe anywhere on this island. If you say or do something to another person that he or she may not like, instead of confronting you about it, the trend now seems to be that the offended individual would prefer to just get rid of you. We can go back, for example, to a story we covered where a sister did not like her sister. And they both had the same last name, same father, and they lived in the same house. The house was a beautiful house, two-story house. The sister had contracted a killer to kill her sister. Her sister lives upstairs. She lives downstairs with her daughters. The day of the killing, her sister was upstairs and she was doing her daughter's hair. I'm talking about Tamara Geddes. You can go look this one up. Doing what a mommy is supposed to be doing. Her daughter's hair for school the next day. Music is playing and it said that they were dancing, mother and daughter, and she was doing her daughter's hair. And her own sister let the gunman in from downstairs and gave him specific instructions. Don't harm the daughter, just make sure you kill the mother. Go on and let him in. And he went upstairs, went past them, her sister and her sister's children, who were teenagers and old enough to know what was happening, and did not even warn their auntie upstairs. And the contract killer went up, killed her, and exited the house. How do we know this? Because that contract killer was caught and the contract killer gave intricate details like the one I just gave you. So again, when people disagree with you, when people think that girl they chat too much, or me just not like the boy there, cause him a go on like say, I him run the place, or whatever reason they may pull from the sky, it is no longer disagree and move away. They could very well put a contract out on you, because in Jamaica, getting a contract on someone is not hard to do at all. Now, it has become so easy, it is like going to the grocery store and picking up a list of groceries for the things you need at the house. Non-violent conflict resolution no longer exists. There was a time when you could talk over things, forgive people, move on. Now, our children beating each other unconscious in the streets for stepping on shoes. Even the children are fighting teachers physically, beating a teacher down. Even the gunman's ethics, as Buju Banton says, have changed. Back in the day, gunman used to walk with a little Bible in their pocket, and they had a code of ethics, and women and children used to be off limits. Buju said, step, no time to linger, man have to move through quick, no shells left behind, you better move well legit, solid composure, youth, your head can't sick, woman and picnic still off limits. That's gone. Today, even the baby on the breast, hell, even the baby in the belly, because they will kill a pregnant woman who is visibly 9 months pregnant with no shame. Approximately 32 people were killed in 1 week in Jamaica, and it's not surprising. Contract killings are up. They get the job done. Jamaica has the second highest murder rate in the world. We must remember that. 52 per 100,000 people. How did we get here? The international benchmark is 30 murders per 100,000. And that was established the state of a civil war. The international benchmark is 30 per 100,000. And Jamaica is at 52 per 100,000. Now, when are we going to wake up? Or are we going to just build more gates and grills and grill ourselves into our houses and go inside before it get dark outside and lock up all of the grill them and hope somebody is not capable to get through those? Will we continue to feel afraid when we see a man riding on a motorcycle drive up beside us in traffic, or have this adrenaline rush when we arrive home late at night? Oh my God, hurry up, we have to hurry up and go inside before man ride up and kill we. Will we continue to be worried when we leave the bank or the ATM, wondering if someone is trailing us to kill us for the little money that we have? Or if you lay off a staff member or fire a disgruntled employee, will they send a contract killer to kill you. Recently, everyone that I spoke to told me that they live in fear because they don't know if they or their family members will be the next on the list. Have we launched any research into criminal minds of those who we have incarcerated or even the minds of a killer? Or are we just incarcerating people as we catch them, warehousing them, stacking them up behind bars? I recall the late psychiatrist Professor Frederick Hickling publicly declaring in February of 2011 that over 41.4%, or 2/5 of the Jamaican population, have a personality disorder. That is almost half, ranging from mild to severe, and consequently, treatment cannot be explored until the country accepts that something is wrong with a lot of its people. Hickling and clinical psychologist Vanessa Paisley concluded that high risk of behavioral dysfunction in the Jamaican population has significant implications in light of the country's high rate of crime and violence. The findings highlight the need for effective and targeted prevention and intervention measures. That was taken from the West Indies Medical Journal in 2013. Signs of sociopathic, psychopathic, misogynistic, and even masochistic behavior have exhibited at an early age among many in our population. Why are we missing the signs? The carefully curated narrative that we've built for ourselves to identify people who need counseling is outdated. We need urgent readjustment with modern scientific approaches to help our children struggling with behavioral disorders so that they don't grow up to strangle people and go on to work as contract killers thinking that this is normal. Have we done enough? Have we done enough to create specialized task forces that are equipped to deal with these types of crimes and possible the next steps? Have we done any studies to see where these incidents are most prevalent to know if we need to deploy more social workers, more psychologists and counselors into that area to aid in sensitization and tackling mental health issues at a community grassroots level? Are we carrying out enough sensitization campaigns about conflict resolution, or better yet, how to reduce the many domestic love triangle and gender-based stereotypes? Lord, if him not lick you, him not love you. This is something that is said by quite a few women, girls within our society. If him not lick you, him not love you. If him not cuss you, him not love you. I saw a video where one sister said, me not like when the relationship I got too good. No, me not like when time me and my man every day get up and laugh, kiki, hug up and kiss up, and everything good. Hi babes, I love you, good morning. Me not want that. Fight me sometime. Bex and don't chat to me for a couple days. Make me fling something and broke it up. Fling something off of me. Yeah, fight me and beat me up sometime. It's the norm, girl. Every now and then your man must beat you. But it's only when me misbehave. No girl can give me bun, or she dead, is another common saying among the men. Unfortunately, this type of thinking has become normalized. This is how we have normalized dysfunction. We can't expect people who have no good morals to take morally driven decisive actions or to make the correct decisions. It's time to rethink our approach to these issues and bring behavior, medication, and mental health assistance to the forefront. The killing and hurting of our people should not be a political issue. It's about all of us. It should not be a socio-economic issue. Oh, it a go on dog in the ghetto, but it no uptown, which part me there. It's all about all of us and how we plan to operate going forward. It is definitely on everybody's front steps now. It's all hands on deck to end the seeming epidemic. We all watched with our eyes wide shut as it spawned and bred and grew and multiplied, and here we are. No criminal never born big. They were babies. They were raised. What happened in their raising? Whatever happened in their raising seemed like it happened too many times to too many children. Let's face some truth. It took decades for us as a country to get here where we're at today. And it's time to invest in some long-term social solutions. Let's start with collective response, discipline, and courageous cooperation to end this civil war of murder and mayhem on our island. That what you just heard from me just now was written by Lisa Hanna. Everybody knows Lisa Hanna, Member of Parliament for St. on Southeastern, People's National Party spokesperson on foreign affairs and foreign trade, and a former cabinet member, except for there was a lot of me put into what was read also from Lisa Hanna to expound upon things that she had said. Now back to this. This businessman, a prominent businessman, Dean Shaw, being gunned down the way that he did. I want y'all to think about this. Dean Shaw was not shot in his home, in a mansion somewhere in a swimming pool uptown. Dean Shaw was not ran off the road and the car went over a precipice and crashed. Dean Shaw was gunned down in the same manner that many other contract killings have been carried out in Jamaica. 2 man pan a bike or 2 bike pull up. Man have on hoodie, big broad daylight, aim for the victim, multiple shots fired, headshot, dead, curl up on the sidewalk or spread out big broad daylight in front of everybody. When is it gonna stop? I'll end this video by saying this. You know say it get bad when a Caucasian wealthy businessman is slaughtered the way how Dean Shaw was. What do we do now? A political season, election round the corner. The party that's in power says that they are tough on crime and every criminal better beware. And I responded and I said, stop the joke. You're not scaring no criminal. On to the next story. Leave your comments in the comment section below. As we continue to watch and see how this develops, I will suspect that they will put extra effort into finding out who did this. And I will suspect that, or predict that sometime in the near future, they will catch who actually did this. There's no shortage. But let's hope that justice is served. We'll stay close to this story as it develops, as you stay close to this channel by clicking that button, subscribing, and then clicking the bell next to that button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on SouFLoTV. It's your host with the most. I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.